Because we are here talking about hope. And now, who brings this hope? Hanumanji. So now, when we talk about emotions, and how can we not talk about our breath? So, being an emotional wellness coach, I would totally endorse this idea that, if you want to feel strong, if you want to feel emotionally stable, because we all go through ups and downs in our emotion, the breath is the first tool which we use. सब बोलते हैं ना deep breathing करो. Whenever you feel angry, sad, or whatever emotion, shadow emotion, good emotion, bad emotions, all the emotions whenever you go through, if your breath is with you, under your control, in your control, then definitely you will cross through that emotional turmoil very, very easily. And who is our breath? Sri Hanumanji. He has brought this message to our money, right? So Hanumanji, now he is the epitome of devotion, surrender, courage, whatever we talk about, bhakti, strategy, communication, whatever we think about, he has all those gunas, he has all those qualities, and he has all those, he knows what to give how much, at what situation. Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siya Dikhawa, which I have already told you, that he showed his smallest form because he did not want to scare Sita. But he showed his huge swarupa when he had to destroy the demons or the rakshasas. So he knows what swarup to show where, not to influence people, not to scare people, not to impress on people. And now we all know this story that he knows, he has that intelligence, he has crossed all the obstacles to follow his, Isht. Ramji has given find Sita, so he has actually all the strategies to find Sita. He, Lankini, Surasa, Lankini, and everyone, all the obstacles he crossed. So he goes to reach the goal. And for everyone, there is a different goal. Each one of us, his goal was Ram Seva. But we all also are doing some work, and we are imparted with some responsibility and some kind of goal or purpose of our life. We have to find that and we have to do. So one beautiful thing, there are two incidents which I would like to narrate here. One is when he was very young, he consumed the sun. That is also a beautiful lesson. And then he was, because he was very naughty and his teachers were very, Rishi Matangi ka, there was one curse on him that, he will forget all his powers. But his powers were also utilized, were reminded to him when he had to cross the ocean. So there are two significances here, I would like to say. One thing, and who reminded him that? Jamavant, the oldest of from their tribe. He told him, he actually did the SWOT analysis of all the monkeys. Who can go to Lanka? So he asked Nal, Neel, all the other monkeys also. Somebody said, I can try 10 miles, I can fly 20 miles, I can. Angad said, I can fly 100 miles, but I'm not sure I can come back. Here the question is not of power. The question is of materialism, distraction. Angad said, because he's logic, Angad. He says, if I go to Lanka, that materialistic place where like gold and gold and gold, but I'm not sure I can resist my distraction and I can come back from there. But Jamavant was aware that Hanuman has the power to go and also come back. He will not get distracted because his focus is that much. He will be focused and he will come back. Another thing which I wanted to also tell you about Hanuman. Hanuman never got distracted from anywhere. He just was focused what is supposed to be done. He never used any resource of his master. Even when he burnt Lanka, all the resources were used from Rakshasas only. The cloth which was tied on his tail was also from the Ravanas and all other Rakshasas' home. The oil, the fire, everything. He never utilized any of the resource of his master. So that kind of team member we need in our life. Then how he behaved with Sita. So many lessons from there we can learn. And once he goes back, and the beauty of it is, he has actually सारे राम काज उन्होंने निपटाए. The most difficult task in that entire Ramayan has been carried forward by or carried out by Sri Hanuman himself. But he never took the credit. He never took any credit. He says, I am the arrow of Sri Ram. The Shakti is from Sri Ram. He's not taking any credit. कि कितना दूर एरो जाएगा, that is how whatever Ram thinks I will do that. And he has never told that this is what I have done. He says I have just surrendered. Whatever work is being done through me is Sri Ram's work. And then we all know that he never came back from Ayodhya. He stayed there. He did everybody was given gifts when, everybody was going. Everybody was given gifts, the parting gifts. Vibhishan got something, Sugriva got something, all the Vanaras, they got something. When it was asked what we should give to Hanuman, nobody had the answer. Sita said, I don't know my life. I owe my life to him because he was the only first one to give me hope. Lakshman says, how can I give? He only saved my life when I was unconscious. He got the Sanjeevani booty for me. Ram says, I don't know what to give him because whatever has been done is done through him. So then they asked, Dear Hanuman, you tell us what should be the parting gift. He says, you have given Pad to everyone. You have given Lanka to Vibhishan. You have given Kishkinda to Sugriva. Give me your 2 feet. These are my seva. Give me, aap mujhe dono pad dijiye apne. This is what I want in my life. So that is how surrendered, devoted, with no expectation. This kind of work, this kind of devotion, this kind of surrender, faith, in case we can 1% incorporate in our lives will become so happy, so blissful, because our worries will go, our tensions will go. All these illnesses, psychosomatic illnesses, which we are all looking around, the nervousness, the bipolar disorders, the OCDs, or anxiety, they are all outcome of lack of faith and lack of love. So once we learn all these qualities from Hanumanji, our lives will be superficial. Our life will be completely superb, and also we will have relaxed, liberated lifestyles. Thank you. Neha, what do you want to say about Hanuman?
So, Hanumanji, as far as astrology is concerned, and I'm sure a lot of us would have heard it also, as far as the Graha is concerned, he is associated with Mars, Mangal Graha. And what is Mangal? What is Mars as far as astrology is concerned? Mars is our energy. When it comes to blood, it is our blood pressure. Okay, so people who do not have a great karmic registry with Mars, they utilize their energy in a not so great way, which means that they would unnecessarily begin arguments, or they will not be focused. For example, even right now, if you're listening to me, and while you are listening to this, simultaneously there is something else going on in your mind, or simultaneously you are wanting to do 10 other things, then that is an indication of a not so great Mars, because it is the nature of brain to efficiently do only one thing at a time. So if while listening to me, you're also doing something else, your brain is not absorbing it, you are just spending your energy in a way which is not productive. And which is what, while Dr. Anita mentioned the story of Sri Hanumanji, while everybody else wanted or was given everything else, Sri Hanumanji wanted the focus of the task. that right now my focus is to go to Lanka, do my duty, and then come back, not to get lost in the valors of Lanka. Similarly, my focus is on the padukas or the feet of Ram, not on anything else. So, this kind of a laser focus, which Sri Hanumanji and his stories teach us, makes us utilize our energy carefully, where we do not get into unnecessary arguments, where we are not as absent minded as sometimes people with a weak mass are, and then they wonder why are they accident prone? Why is it that everybody is working well in the kitchen, but all the burns, all the cuts happen to them? Why are they the ones when they drive, they go through road rage and no one else do? Because we are not utilizing that energy of ours correctly. So, which is what we learn from the story of Hanumanji. And one more thing, which which is actually a very famous story also, that Hanumanji was born with a lot of energy, which with all that energy in a baby made him go all over the place and try. A child is curious. So out of that curiosity and all out of that energy, Hanumanji went everywhere, tried everything. Out of them, a couple of things became destructive, such as the story of when he wanted to eat mango, and the mother said, "Well, no, because you've been naughty during the day, you will not get mango." He looked up at the sky and he thought sun is mango. So he went and he swallowed the sun, which is where Markandeya Rishi, because obviously swallowing the sun means that it is a question to each and every thing's existence. And which is where Markandeya Rishi, we say it's a curse, but it's actually something which is a boon. Another thing which I would like to say is that in our history, in Itihasas, whenever a rishi has given a curse, it has been eventually for a benefit. So in this case, again, it was such that till the time Hanumanji learns to utilize that energy in the right direction for the right purposes, he will forget it. So, which is what we must also imbibe in our life, that we should forget that we have all that energy till the time we are not utilizing it for the right things, for the right causes in our life, and using it in the right direction. For example, we go on social media and there is some comment that we see which is totally against our belief system. It is a human's natural tendency to feel not so great about it and start responding to it, or in fact, reacting in this case. That is a very, very bad usage of our energy, because how is a social media argument going to change our life? Like, we aren't going to change that person's belief system in a day by one comment of ours. That's And instead of that, if we utilize the same energy in doing something productive, maybe cooking for our house, maybe reading something which is imparting information in us, or maybe attending some seminar like this organized very nicely by the Rotary Club, at least we are learning something. Or while we are speaking out to a group which is ready to listen to us, such as I and Dr. Anita are doing over here. This is Ram Ka Naam, which means that a task in which we utilize our energy in a constructive way for dharma. Okay. Now here dharma means what is my dharma. Like, for example, if I was working, my dharma would have been towards that work. Right now, if I'm giving rendition over here, my dharma is to give out the best wisdom that I know of over here. Okay. So dharma is also, one has to be very clear about their dharma also, so that they can utilize that energy in the right direction. Now, coming back to why I emphasized on the story of Hanumanji swallowing sun, is because, okay, now what did he think that sun is, that he swallowed it? He thought that it was mango. So therefore, planting mango trees or giving away mangoes to those who are in need actually helps us in balancing our karma with the graha sun and also the graha Mars. And over and above that, planting trees in general, because Mars is also considered to be the Bhumi Putra. So planting trees or taking care of earth and nature in itself. Where were Hanumanji found? He was found in nature, right? He was found in the jungles. So taking care of nature and participating in such causes which take care, which conserve nature, also improves our graha with Mars. So I highly suggest everybody to plant trees, specifically neem tree. And you can plant trees on every day except on Tuesday, because my guru says that on Tuesday, it being the day of earth, like, Bhumi, and as Mars is considered to be Bhumi Putra, Mars is also in association with Earth, so we shouldn't dig Earth on Tuesdays. So you can dig it at any point except on Tuesday. So if you're doing Rotary Club, if you are doing any plantation drive, you can do it on any day except on Tuesday. Okay, so that is for Mars, to utilize your energy in a focused way at the right direction. Otherwise, what happens? Fatigue sets in, unnecessary arguments happen, absent-mindedness happen. We wonder that why is it that we are not able to meet deadlines? All of this is because we are not utilizing our energy in a focused way. This is what we learn from the stories of Sri Hanuman.
Thank you, Neha, for sharing such wonderful cures and such useful cures.